Hello everyone, here and welcome to this video where I'm gonna talk about the character I'm actually playing in this video. The build I'm playing here is my right now Incinerate build, and this is going to be my starting build for the upcoming 12 League, which will be released in just, well, when I make this video it is 2 days. It will be released, and as I said, this character I'm playing right now is going to be my League starter character, and I'm of course going to talk more about this character later, and I'm going to talk why I'm going to use this character as my League starter. Well, I'm going to start by talking why. This character, this was actually my League starter in the Incursion League, which just have ended, and this character, the biggest reason is it is fun to play. For me, playing Incinerate as it which have really been a blast for me, and I really love this character. The second thing it is super cheap to make this character, so that's also a reason. But I have some other builds I'm going to hopefully make in the upcoming league, and I think I've said it a couple of times now, but I really want to make an Ice Spear build. Oh, sorry. And also, by the way, today the new patch note dropped, the patch note for the upcoming update and league and all of that fun stuff, and pretty much no nerfs. I was thinking a little bit before maybe they're going to nerf Incinerate, but nope, they're actually going to buff some of the notes as well, which are taken on this character, so this character is going to be even a little bit more powerful in the upcoming league. And yeah, I'm certainly looking forward to that. So yeah, if I remembered, I'm going to have a link in the description to this video to where you can find and read the patch note for yourself, because if I want gonna tell about all of them, this video will like never end, because it's a ton of notes. And they also did, actually one particular thing, they did some big changes to block chance, which is quite interesting, but I haven't myself fully understand it yet, so I'm not gonna talk too much about that. They didn't nerf block chance, if I have understand it right, but they did some changes to it, so that's going to be interesting. Other than that, they are just buff and buffs, and also buffed what's the name for that skill now? The name for that skill was Dominating Blow. Nah, the good old classic skill. It's actually I made a video when I used Dominating Blow for like 100 years ago. Actually, it's not that far away, but you understand what I mean. It was a long time ago, which actually I fought against at Zero with Dominating Blow. They don't seem that special today, but back in the day that was quite special, and that video gets quite popular, and that was a nightmare to fight with Dominating Blow, because at Zero don't have that many ads. Well, when they actually some of the ads and I used Dominating Blow on them, they did a ton of damage, and I used it with a pure melee build, so I wasn't even a summing or anything. I just played, the only thing I did was switch out, it was my duelist build, when I just mess around with different skill, which my build was absolutely not made for, which actually, well, as I said, so that was quite fun, and stuff like that. Anyway, I will talk a little bit more about this build. I just want to defeat the boss on this map here. This is a Coral Ruin map, and it's actually a tier, what was it? No, tier 12. It's a Shaper one. So, yeah, but as I said before, this build has been so much fun for me to play, and it has been so bloody powerful. Actually, I consider this build pretty much be one of the best builds I ever made, because for once, it's super cheap. You don't even require unique items. You don't need unique items. The only unique item I have, it is Atzir's Promise, which I get myself by just defeating Atzir. That's the only unique item I'm using. There are some unique items you could use, but who needs them actually when you have enough damage? Well, I'm not gonna talk too much, so let's just, I'm just gonna talk a little bit about my items and my skill tree. This is not really a build guide, but I'm gonna talk about why. So first of all, why I wanna make this character, it is how easy it is to get weapon. You can see this weapon right here. The only thing you need for a build like this are spell damage or fire damage, cast speed, or if you can, some added fire damage to spells. That's all you need. And weapons like this used to be very inexpensive. I think the weapons on this character have cost me between 2 and 5 chaos, so very cheap stuff. So then I dual wielding 2, pretty much the same thing. And then the rest of the gear are mostly just life and resistance and pretty much everything. The armor I'm using here, I've only used 2 armor on this character. For one, I actually got lucky when I leveling up this character originally and actually found in Act 2, I actually found the tabula rasa. So I've become quite powerful just in the beginning there, because I could use a F6 linked altogether. But I used tabula rasa all the way up to, I think it was level 85, something like that, before I actually switched to this armor. This armor is not amazing by any stretch of the imagination. It's decent, of course. And I think I paid like 30 chaos for this armor. That is the only like armor I have to get to this character. And the same thing with the ring here, as I said before. Just life and resistance. Basic stuff. Movement speed on boots and life. Life belt. Life gloves. Some anti-freeze flask, anti-bleed, and basalt flask. Also I have my Serious Promise, which is the only unique item I'm using in this build. And I have my trusty Quicksilver flask. So that's pretty much the gear. It's not that very expensive gear. I think the total amount of currency I used to get the gear I have in this character, I think I found some of these rings here, but I don't really remember. It is 1.5 Exalt, and this build carried me and I defeated Shaper, Deathless and stuff like that, so it's certainly powerful. Actually, before I'm doing anything else, let's take a look at my skill tree. They're going to do some changes in the skill tree, so it's going to look a little bit different from this, but pretty much the same. And they're going to buff some skills here in the Templar area. I think they're going to buff Elementalist, so they're doing more damage. They're also going to buff the elemental damage. I think they're going to buff this elemental damage here. I'm not going to say too much because I'm not too much into it yet, but also, by the way, they're going to buff Firewalker as well. So overall, a lot of good stuff, and it's going to make this build even more powerful. Not a huge amount, but it's going to be powerful enough to pretty much do everything. At least I hope so. And I have a better video where I explain more in depth the skill tree, so I'm going to leave a link in the description to where I can find my actual build guide for this one. And I really love playing as an Elementalist because right now my let's just take a fast look at my fire penetration or my elemental damage penetration. Let's see if we can find it. Actually, maybe we should. Right, penetrates 36 of fire resistance. Right, that is because in my skill tree I'm using. Let's see if we can find it. Control destruction. Oh, did I not using that? I was thinking I had fire penetration. Oh right, I forgot. Fire penetration is a red gem. I'm using a fire penetration, but then we have some more things that increases the fire penetration. One, I use Mastermind of Discord, which is 25% fire penetration because I'm using Hell of Ash. And then I'm getting fire penetration because I have Celestial Punishment, which is 5, so that's 30. So now we're up into a little bit over 60. And then I have Heart of Flame, it gives me 6% fire penetration, pretty much 70% fire penetration. A little bit more than 70% fire penetration. That is more than enough to like completely ignore enemies' resistance. The enemy have no resistance to you. So that's that. Anyway, I would like to hear about your thoughts on me doing this character as my starting character in New League. I'm really looking forward to League and it's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, I thank you all for watching this short little video here where I talked about this, and I hope it was informative. Tell me in the comment if it wasn't informative. Anyway, I thank you all for watching, and I see you guys soon.